Yo, you're listening to the Britney Benson Show.
Yeah, welcome back to another episode. So today we're going to talk about being Britney Benson. And what is this Britney Benson thing all about? Well, I brought in my good friend Delouie to help break this thing down. Let's go. Hello, good sir. Welcome to the Britney Benson Show.
The Britney Benson Show. I feel like I have something to do. I feel like I got a nickel and a quarter for why this show is even named what it is.
I think so too. You want to explain why?
Okay, so when we started recording, when we both didn't live not too far from each other in Queens, and you had all these like interesting creative ideas, we actually hit a pretty interesting creative stride.
Yeah.
And you was like, well, we got to come up with a name for this shit. I've never been good with fucking names. I can't remember what. Cody was involved in this.
Yes.
I can't remember what other choices that there were.
The original name you came up with
Was
Dirty Money. Dirty fucking
Dirty Money, yes, right. That was a good choice too. But
That was a good choice.
Didn't somebody come and jack our shit?
Diddy didn't do that to afterwards.
Way after.
Yeah, way after.
Like
He
years.
was way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
So I said, Dirty Money sounds cool, but it might put us in a box.
Right.
And we can't be in a box.
No, it's coming back to me now. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Didn't we opt to use we said maybe we'll call the album Dirty Money?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All I know is that when I heard Britney Benson, I was like, that's it. I was like, oh, that's the shit.
Yeah. Okay, so do you remember this? One time you was at my house, like you was always at my house recording, right? So Cody called, and Cody said, I have the perfect name for you guys. And I said, what? She said, Britney Benson. And I looked at you and said, Britney Benson. You said, Britney Benson. That's it.
Yeah. Because when I heard it, I was like, word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
Yeah.
Right.
So, this is so great.
I think I gained a little bit more respect for Cody when she came up with that. I was like, oh, okay. She on some other shit.
Yeah. Like, remember, Cody, she saw us create this thing.
Right.
I remember you said, everybody's going to call you Britney Benson?
Yeah.
Because you're the girl of the group. The name Britney Benson just meant so much to me. And
Absolutely.
It still does, as
Which
you can
made
tell.
it dope. That's what.
Yeah.
The fact that people would ask the question, and I could play this little enigmatic role that I envisioned myself being with what we were doing.
Yeah.
And we was doing some
We was
cool
doing
shit.
some shit. We was.
Like that. I was thankful. I was thankful to you for that opportunity because of how we met. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I was like, this gives me just where my mindset was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do something that was out the box, out of my creative sphere.
Right.
And the ideas that you were coming up with, I was really impressed with you at that point because it was like I was watching you grow. Remember where I met you?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Electric
oh
Lady
shit.
Studios.
Exactly. And I was like, like
Like I come from
you
that.
are.
But the reason why Britney Benson was so great is because of you. Because you could understand my rough drafts. You could understand my rough ideas. Like nobody could understand it but you. So when I would give it to artists, they would be like, yo, this is dope, but I don't know what to do with it. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck you don't, what do you mean you don't know what to do with it? Like, be creative. But I didn't understand that it was so ahead of time. So you helped me because you was like, yo, Nene, I get what you're doing. You know, I understand you, but everybody's not going to get it. So maybe break down the structure for them.
Right.
And in my head, I'm like, yo, they just want to just follow the crowd. So let me just keep focusing on Britney Benson.
But you know what's funny?
What?
Is that you just said ahead of time. You were ahead of your time, too. Because some of the concepts that you came up with, like I'm hearing people execute it now.
I know.
I'm like,
me too. I'm
word,
hearing
nigga,
that shit
niggas did that shit like 10 years ago.
I'm like, I be like, it's all good though.
Yeah.
Because it was fun. We did it. And I know all the colors in my head can still come out.
What happened to old boy
AJ? The keyboard player?
Yes. What happened
Yeah,
to him?
because
He
he's
good?
also a part of Britney Benson.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's the official third
in the
third
sound.
member. Absolutely.
Yeah. You know what? We spoke like last month.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm glad
he's
you're
good.
still
I think he's married. He has
Cool.
like 2 kids. He just had a baby.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's still doing his music thing. He's still killing it on the keys. Okay, so back to the name Britney Benson. Britney Benson is a vibe to me. So I decided to keep the name alive. I said, I got to keep this name alive because of how it makes me feel. My friend Pro used to be like, yo, you killing that shit. You really introducing yourself as Britney Benson, not Britney. I said, you got to say the whole name.
The dope thing here, I'm piggybacking again on you, is that I remember one day you said, well, Britney Benson isn't just a group, it's a concept. Because you was always on your conceptual shit, right? You made me have to think outside of what I traditionally came from. Little unknown to us at the time, shit was transitioning in a way where what we was doing was actually going to become what you do.
Thing is, yeah, what the thing is now.
Right. So that was
like, I was like, we could be independent. We could have billboards.
You
and
said
still be
that.
independent.
You said
like
that.
I
shit.
saw this shit.
You said that shit.
I
You
was
did.
just like, it's something here.
You said that shit.
I don't know, but
what we were doing superseded time.
Yeah.
Which is what excited me about what we was doing, because I was like, oh, this don't sound like nothing else.
Yeah.
Like that digital love affair shit.
Digital.
Yeah, that's like.
I'm gonna take it.
That,
but here's the thing: we could drop digital love affair
right
we
now.
could drop that. We could
Right
drop
now,
that
like
shit
tomorrow.
right now. Yeah. Yeah.
And people doing shit.
Yo, let's drop it. I don't care if it's a rough mix for real.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Like, why not?
Why not?
Like, what the fuck?
So, I said I'm gonna keep the name Britney Benson.
Right.
Little did I know that name would follow me into the workplace. So once I started freelancing in TV and film production, I really realized, oh shit, this name is really following me. Like, you know, all my friends were hiring me. Shout out to all my cool friends. So one time this lady called me like, hi, I see your name. I have your paperwork, but I don't remember you on set. Can you tell me your position? I was like, it's Brittany. My real name is Danish. She's like, oh my God, Brittany. I was so confused. I'm like, yo. So from that point, I'm like, yo. So when
People don't rename
like,
your ass.
Yo, son, I'm like, that's cool, but make sure that paperwork says Danish.
Right. So that
because on the call sheets, it's always
sheet.
Brittany Benson. Brittany.
Word.
I could pull it up and show you.
That stuck more than Nene.
Yeah. Like, even my friends call me Brittany now. Like,
really?
Yes.
That's how the shit stuck?
Yes. Everybody calls me fucking Brittany.
Well, you are a master
Brit.
of branding, because you just took the shit and then you attached it to you, and you always had a quirky, cool personality that people won't fuck with. So, you know, I could see how that would happen.
Yeah, but I was like,
that's hilarious.
like, I always have to explain it.
That's hilarious. I didn't know it was impacting like that. I didn't know it was just like, nigga, this is who I am, nigga. That's crazy.
Okay, so let's tell the people a little bit about our history and how we met.
Okay.
I was working at Electric Lady Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jimi Hendrix. And you were recording your album at
Right.
Electric Lady Studios because you were signed to MCA
Right.
Records. And
At a time when Electric Lady, at it was popping.
when it was
When it was cracking.
Yeah.
Cracking.
Fire.
Right. So why don't you talk about how you went from
I just told you
front
to talk.
desk to, I believe Guy was managing
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
and
Okay.
you worked with Mike.
But then we're going to get back to you. All right.
Cool.
So I was the receptionist at Electric Lady Studios.
Right.
And at the time, everybody would come up to me like, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah, I do music, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I was just like straight hip-hop, hardcore shit,
Right.
gangster shit. Okay, so Guy was another one of the people that came up to me and was like, yeah, what do you do? Well, you know, I'm a hip-hop artist, but I want to mix the shit with rock, like hardcore rock. Yo, all of a sudden, he was like, now that's a fucking idea. So he got excited. I got excited.
Right.
And especially back then, nobody like really got
Right.
me. Like they wanted to put me in a box and do some pretty girl shit. And I was just like, nah, I want to do this. And he understood. So he introduced me to Mike. And at the time, Mike was working on your album.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
And I would just see you come and go.
Right.
Um,
I don't even recall even talking to you much.
no,
then.
no. No, you would just come and go. You would
Right.
just come and go.
I was on some other shit. Man. I was not even on some artist shit. I just was like,
No, you was just focused. You was just like, let me get in
Yep.
the studio.
Yep.
You wasn't like sitting
Yeah,
around
at that
talking.
time I was super focused.
Yeah, because everybody else was like kind of hanging out.
Did you ever do anything with Corey?
Yes. Corey Glover, baby. He redid 21st Century.
21st
Schizoid, man.
Yeah,
And I put a verse on it. And that shit was
Okay.
lit. And then we performed at the Bitter End.
That must have been when I was in Atlanta. I must have been living in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was ready for that shit.
Didn't you have a showcase? Didn't they do a showcase for you, some shit?
Yeah, we did a showcase. It was what label was it? Was it Sony or Epic? Well, I guess
No, it's all
Sony
the
Epic
same
was the
shit,
same
yeah.
shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I forgot the guy's name, but he
KP?
No. See, KP was fronting.
Nah,
KP was fronting. It's all good.
listen, man. You want me to tell you something?
Listen, let me tell you how that went.
Listen, we talking. So let's talk.
So I forgot the guy name that actually heard the shit, and we just got it. So Mike told me he went to the label to play Sarah's music, and the guy was like, "Oh, this is great, but I have enough R&B acts. You know, I can't sign anymore right now. I just signed another girl." So Mike was like, "All right, cool." He said he was walking out the door, and then all of a sudden he thought like, "Oh shit, let me play Fire." So he was like, "Before I go, let you hear this other artist." He put my shit in, and the guy's like, "Bam!" blown away. He's like, "Who is she?"
Yeah, pictures of you and everything.
I have no idea. Mike probably showed him a picture, but Mike was like, he was so excited, like, "Get her here. I need to set up a meeting with her right away."
I was definitely in Atlanta for all
Yeah,
this.
you wasn't around.
Yeah.
So we had the meeting. And he only asked me like 3 questions. I answered the questions, and I remember him looking at Mike like, "Yo, let's make this happen. Unlimited budget. Whatever we need to get this." I was like, "Oh, shit." But, Guy always told me, don't get excited until the contract is signed. Because we had deals on the table for everybody. Like, everybody wanted to sign me, but nobody signed me. So,
right.
But I did get excited about the unlimited budget. So,
right.
Because I got the best.
Unlimited budget.
Yeah.
Just make the shit happen.
Yeah, make the shit happen.
He cut you off some bread on the side.
Nah, they probably got. Them niggas ain't cut me off no bread. I ain't no shit. Them niggas probably, they probably got some bread.
Nah, cause that shit. They're supposed to put your little feet in as a sound man.
But in right,
You're supposed to get the sound man.
Somebody probably got it. But in my head, yeah, I know now. But in my head, I'm like, oh, then I get the best musicians because I didn't have a band or anything.
No, Mike handled that for you.
Yeah, Mike rehearsed the shit out of my ass. I'm like, nigga, I got it.
Yeah. Mike is a monster with that shit. You already know.
Yeah, I'm like, bro. So we did the showcase. I killed it. It was fire, but I still didn't get signed.
Okay.
It was just a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. I think his position changed at the label. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when he called me, he sounded sad. I was like, damn, he sound worse to me. But, in my head, I was a shit, so it didn't matter. Deal or no deal.
You are, and at that time, you were definitely, like you said, people would look at you and be like, what you do?
Yeah.
You got to do something.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, so going back to KP, he would come to rehearsals. He would come to my rehearsals. So he was like, yo, if they don't sign her, I'm signing her. So,
yeah.
But it didn't work out that way.
If he wanted to and he could have, he would have. Because he had love for our little ragtag crew.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He did.
And shit, KP signed Corey.
Yeah.
Who at the time, there wasn't no
Nothing
lane
like
for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he, at that time, he was a fucking Grammy Award winning fucking artist. And that shit, there was resistance to him. And you and I both know Corey's fucking incredible.
Hell yeah.
Period.
Hell yeah.
At everything. So
insane.
But I often get into these discussions about the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm in a stage in my life to where, like, and this has happened to me in more than one place, and I don't like it because I kind of like the anonymity of, well, this is what I did.
Okay.
But when people find out your history, it's like they have all these questions about the music industry, and I often get into these discussions of
because you've done a lot of dope shit.
I've done some things.
A lot of dope shit.
I've done some.
Let the people know.
No,
okay.
I rather talk. I rather us talk. You know what I mean? I've done some things. I've done some things. I'm a Grammy nominated artist,
Yes.
right? In a genre of music that I didn't even really fuck with, but I got that feather in my cap. However, I had that feather in my cap, and I had no motherfucking money in my pocket. It's just all fucking conjecture at that point.
Yeah.
You know, but I get in these discussions with people about the music industry and their ideas of it. And I guess I'm in a season of my life where I can look at where it was and I can see where it is now.
Right.
And, you know, there are negatives and positives. Personally, I think it's more positives. Because I always look at it through the scope of, like, with me and you, right? If the processes and the mentality of kids today putting out music and doing shit, if we were 8 years down the road, nigga, we'd have been on our fucking fifth album.
Yeah.
Real
For
talk.
sure. Yeah.
Like, real talk.
Yeah.
We'd have been on our fucking fifth album. You know, so I think it's just interesting in timing and just where you are creatively in your life, what's going on. It's so interesting how those things play a part in the art.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let me tell you who you need to fuck with.
Who?
I might be mispronouncing this, but I listen. Put this in the motherfucking podcast. Put this in the podcast because cool niggas is already on this nigga already.
Who?
Mock Homie.
Mock Homie.
He's a Haitian rapper, and he just did a song with a nigga named K Trinata. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And that shit,
it's fire. Okay, if you say it's dope, then I'm gonna definitely check it out.
if I listen to it for the sake of understanding out instead of critique, then whatever's dope about it, I'll be more open to hearing like, oh, okay, I hear that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
So
Yo, you're listening to the
Gives me a new
Britney
way
Benson
to
Show.
look at things.
because you're a creator,
Yeah.
and you don't want to.
Bash another creator.
Oh no, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. If some shit is whack. I also believe in saying if some shit is whack, some shit is whack. But if you don't want to,
Yeah, true. Because nobody wants to speak up
hamstring
anymore.
yourself before you even get a chance to be like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And another thing, let's get another thing straight.
What?
Just because you stop creating at a certain rate that you once created does not mean that you are not a creator.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So to me, because I've had these discussions, I hate when people say to me, "Oh, you don't sing anymore? How the fuck you stop singing? Like that's something God gave me. Like whether or not you hear me, no.
Like
I
when
know,
I said earlier,
like I
said,
know what
oh,
you
you
mean.
get back on your creative shit.
And
Like,
I know
I
what
never
you mean.
stop.
Yeah, I know what you mean when you say that. What you mean is the question is the proper question is, have you stopped putting out music for public consumption? That's the question. Not, oh, you don't sing anymore. No.
Now you're being sensitive. Now you're being on your artist shit. Because of course somebody's gonna ask you, oh, you don't sing no more. That's normal.
No, but see, okay, yeah, that might be. There might be a little sensitivity to it. But I'm also a nigga that
Because you're an artist.
Yeah, at the very least, I'm artistic.
Fair enough. So let's talk about you being artistic. Let's talk about your music career, you getting a record deal, and what that whole journey was like.
So I remember just saying my last shit though. I was like, yo, I can't be here, and I'm not going back home. I'm not going back to Miami because I might get in trouble. I probably was gonna get in trouble, and I wasn't going to DC to go work a government job. I gotta come to New York. So I left Delaware State, came to New York, and that was at a time when you can, go look for an apartment and that same day get a fucking apartment.
Yeah, get an apartment, right.
You know what I mean? And, I came out of just really dope, creative time in New York where there were a lot of people coming from out of town, coming to try to, see what is their talent enough to be able to be here.
Yeah, and back then that was our dream, to get a record deal, and you got it. You did it.
I got 3 deals.
Damn, see?
I had a deal with a group, I got a solo deal, and I got I got a developmental deal.
Dope.
You know what I mean? So what I came here to do, I actually did 3 times over.
That's right.
I think, I'm not going to say what I did wrong. What I would do over again, right, is I would just be a lot more aggressive after the get a deal part. You met me during when I had the solo deal with MCA. And I always say that the misstep that I made was not continuing to be as productive as I was before I got the deal.
Okay.
Like I stopped recording once I got the deal.
Why?
Because I was a monster with that shit. Like, you don't even know before I got a deal, you don't even know what I was doing. Like, I wasn't eating.
Because you was just obsessed with recording. You was always in the studio.
I didn't eat.
Yeah.
I would walk I used to live on Lafayette between Marcus Garvey and Lewis.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and I would walk from there every day. I would stop by guys in Corey and them house. They used to live on Green. And I would walk every day to Manhattan because I had a little spy work to deal with somebody where I was getting some studio time and I was just recording, whether it was for myself, whether it was somebody else. And I would walk from there to 21st and 5th. That's what it was.
Wow.
I would do that, walk there and walk back.
That's crazy.
Every day. And I would eat 1 time a day. So I would either eat, they would either get me something to eat at the studio or I'd get something on my way back. And I just conditioned myself to do that shit every day. And I always had headphones in my ears. And it was just God was speaking through me very clearly at that time. He was speaking. He was like, just the melodies and all that shit was just coming. And I was a fiend.
Wow. I
was a fiend for that shit. It was just like, you know, right? It was really, that's what it was. So, you know, I often talk to my son about basketball. He plays basketball, and I often tell him, you know, people who do things at the great level oftentimes neglect other areas in their life.
Yeah.
I remember saying to myself in that time of my life, it wasn't about getting a deal. It wasn't about nothing. The only thing that I wanted to do was have a roof over my head, a way to motherfucking eat, and a way to record. And God gave me that. And I remember I had got to a juncture to where it was like, I'm doing all this music, and Guy and whoever else was taking it to the shop, and I was getting turned down left and right by everybody. And it fucked with me for half a second. Here come God again, talking to me. All right, my nigga, what is this about? This is about you getting a deal. I gave you that already. Or is this about you getting better creatively? Or is this about growth?
Wow.
It was about, and I said, you know what? It's about me getting better creatively and growth. And he's like, all right, then I'm going to facilitate you getting better creatively and growth.
Wow.
Didn't say nothing about food. Right? Didn't say nothing about having you didn't know me at this time.
Yeah.
Didn't say nothing about having a haircut every day.
Yeah.
Didn't say nothing about new shoes on your feet. I remember how I was because my girlfriend at the time, who became my wife, was like, she's like, nah, nigga, I gotta feed you. I gotta make sure you eat because I know you don't eat.
Yeah, because you were so focused on the music. Wow.
I get up.
Yeah.
I walk. I got my headphones in my ear.
I'm
listening to what I'm listening to. I get to the studio.
Bomb.
You know how I give it up. I record shit quick.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm out.
Yeah, that's why I love working with you, because we could just knock the ideas out and just go on to the next song. Yeah, you're just like super blessed and super talented and creative.
Okay, that's how I got on Pink's album.
Yeah.
I came in the fucking studio. I heard what they was doing. I was like, and she looked at me and she like, I've been trying to write to this for like a month. Some bullshit too. Like I was like, just do this. And she's like, oh, wow.
I'll show you how
Crazy.
to do this, son.
But that's where I was in my life. That's where I was at that time in my life. I didn't give a fuck about nothing. I didn't give a fuck about brushing my teeth. I didn't give a fuck about getting no haircut. I didn't give a fuck about eating. I just cared about recording and being as dope as I possibly could be.
Yeah. So once you got the deal, you felt like you made it. You didn't have to keep going.
Yes.
Because you already did so much, and you felt like that was enough to get you through.
Getting the deal made me feel like I came to New York. Like, what I came to New York to do,
you did it.
I did it. Now I'm gonna move to Atlanta to try to conquer that.
You did. I remember when you moved to Atlanta. Yeah.
That's why it was so easy for me to say, okay, I got my girl, I got my deal.
Yeah.
And what else is there for me to stay here for?
Damn. Wow. Okay.
The way it happened was the way God intended for it to happen, because the best things out of my life came out of that. Came out of what I'm saying was a bad decision.
The best
thing that came out of my life was that, and that's my kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd have had them had I not done that. Because if I stayed in New York,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was the best decision.
Right. I mean, if I stay here and me and my girl moved in with each other, like, it's just too much. It was, at that time, it was just
a lot going on.
You know.
Yeah. Ooh, so what's next for you?
I know that I look forward to being present and enjoying to the best of my ability and learning, within whatever my next creative endeavor is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you don't know exactly. I ain't trying to sound like a smart nigga and some stars, moves, and quasars nigga, because that's really not what it is. But I'm taking these acting classes, and the feedback that I'm getting from what I'm doing has
proud
been
of you. That's
tremendous. Dope. Yeah, I it's always something I kind of wanted to try, just didn't know how to try.
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah,
what made you get into it? Because
I relate everything to music.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, acting is just another form of music. You know, the perfect song that one might hear, and its performance is made out of the same thing that a perfect scene or a perfect monologue is made of. Mm-hmm. It's made of the same shit. Your creative intent, how well you can put yourself into something. Yeah. While still giving honor to what that thing is. Mm-hmm. Is the same shit. It's just that you're speaking, you're emoting in a different kind of way. Instead of singing, yeah. So, I always felt like it's something I wanted to try. And now you're doing it. Yeah, I'm doing the groundwork for it. Like, I feel like I got a face for TV. I feel like you do. I feel like I can be on somebody's television screen, and with the right creative vehicle, I feel like I could do something impactful. But everybody feels that way. But then everybody felt like they can come to New York and get a fucking deal too. So shit. I have different backgrounds, so I feel like if I do some shit, I feel like I'm when you put your mind to it, you get shit done. Some kind of way. Yeah, you get shit done. I got enough job experience. Yeah. I done drove trucks. I operate cranes, heavy equipment. I've been nominated for a fucking Grammy Award. I done sang in an R&B group and they had R&B out. So why the fuck? Why I can't win a motherfucking why not? Oscar Award? Why not? That's my talent, being able to be myself in different kind of shit. So. Oh shit, I'm excited. Yeah, I've been good. I've been getting good feedback. Okay. But I have to make this work within my life. Yeah. So. Yeah, and you will. So I almost got one out the door. Devin is almost about to go on his journey. Mm-hmm. And I got Dilly Bird. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I don't burden myself with those questions. I burden myself with just trying to be better. Right. And everything else will
fall into place.
Yeah, just try to be better every day.
Absolutely. That's a word. So, on that note, we're going to wrap it up. It's the Britney Benson Show, and I'm here with my boy, Delouie.
Delouie Avant Jr., who hails from Carroll City, Miami, also known as Miami Gardens. It was very nice talking to Britney Benson, a.k.a. Nene, a.k.a. Danish.
Yeah. Thank you for coming in.
Absolutely.
You have to come back.
Absolutely.
Peace and be wild.
That was very, very fun.